Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a video talking about Lucifer Season 2. And yeah, it seems a bit random, but the new Netflix 4th season is coming out on May 8th. I am also going to be attending Motor City Comic Con in Detroit, 17th through the 19th. Which I'm very excited for because Tom Ellis is going to be there, Lesley-Ann and D.B. Woodside. But yeah, with Lucifer being saved from cancellation by Netflix a while back, I thought it was such prime time to get my ass into gear and catch up on the show. I'm guessing most of you haven't been paying attention to my channel for that long, but when Lucifer first premiered a few years ago, I actually did review the pilot, and I gave my thoughts when it was renewed for the second season and such. You know, I've been watching it, kind of here and there since. You guys know me, I watch like 10 shows at the same time, so it did sort of get put on the back burner for a while. But I always did like it. I mean, even when it got canceled, I actually tweeted quite a few times, hashtag save Lucifer and everything. And when it actually did get picked up by Netflix, I was actually pretty happy, and I made plans to definitely, try and watch more of it eventually. And, with the convention coming up and, the premiere or the release drop date, looming, I thought it was a good time to really kind of charge, at first. And finally watched the second season. I finished Lucifer Season 2 just a few days ago, and I guess I had a really good time with this season. I really like Season 2. It was 18 episodes back in 2016. Obviously more than the first season, but not nearly as much as Season 3's 26 episodes. 2 of those being like bonus episodes or whatever, but and I guess originally they had actually cut a few out of Season 2 and put them into Season 3 or whatever. So that probably explains that, link that a bit more as well. But yeah, I really like Season 2. So far I also think I like it better than Season 3, even though I'm only like an episode into the 3rd season. But still gonna keep watching. I do really enjoy Lucifer. I really like it quite a bit. And I apologize for not talking about it more actively sooner. But as soon as I do catch up and eventually watch the new Netflix season that comes up, and I'll be posting about my con experience, it will be a more regular part of my channel when they do release future seasons, hopefully, which I think they will at this point. But yeah, anyway, we had sort of the cliffhanger with Season 1 about Lucifer's mom actually being out, and I just gotta say, Tricia Helfer, of course known for a lot of her work on Battlestar Galactica, but she was also in Burn Notice, Supernatural in an episode, plenty of other projects as well, of course. She was a really, really good addition to the cast this season. I liked her quite a bit. I remember when I wasn't even watching it, but I heard that she is cast as Lucifer's mom. I just thought she was perfect, and yes, she really does fit the role like a glove, and just again, the writing, I think, is even better this season. Just really snappy, from Tom Ellis's, always consistent delivery. And just like the general, characters and the way they bounce off each other, I think was even more on point as well. Case in point is with Lucifer and Dan. I did not like Dan at all in Season 1, but Season 2 he actually really grew on me kind of significantly, and the friendship that kind of still frenemies, budding rivalry type of thing, but they are kind of more friends, and they both have sort of a likeness for each other that they might not outright admit, but you can tell they have each other's best interests a little bit more often now, perhaps. I don't know. But either way, I liked how Dan was used and developed. Of course, D.B. Woodside's good as always. He sort of struggles with himself and, sort of questions how God sees him, and, he, loses his wings in the season as well as his relationship with, Maze. And I feel bad that I didn't, for some reason I didn't have a picture of Maze ready on here, but I loved Maze this season. Lesley-Ann Brandt. She's probably my second favorite character on the show besides, Lucy himself. And Lesley-Ann Brandt is just perfect. I really like her relationship with, Trixie, Chloe's daughter. It's a cute dynamic they develop. And when things get more personal between her and Lucifer, and she doesn't think Lucifer really cares about how she feels, and how it's worked out by Linda and everything. Some pretty good acting, and this show really impressed me this season. I mean, from the episodes with Uriel, which was about midway through the season, around episode 5 and everything, Weaponizer, I thought that was all handled really well. The show really started to show me it can do well, and it gets to the more emotionally heavy bits, and actually showing us what investing in these characters is worth, and it really is. This season really showed me that. I really like the follow-up episode to that, episode 6, Monster. Lucifer almost wanting to have himself punished, almost wanting to die, knowing Chloe was in the vicinity. And just how that was all worked out through his psyche was really good. Then you had Linda finding out, for sure about Lucifer this season, how she had to work through that. Just a lot of actually really good individual episodes, but also a pretty good arc with, thing with, Charlotte Richards, or Lucifer's mom building. Amy Garcia was also a superb addition to the show. I really like her. I've seen her. Of course, everyone's seen her on Dexter. She was also part of the George Lopez sitcom years ago. She's a likable presence on here. She fits right in. They make excellent casting choices on the show, I gotta say. And then also, I do have to mention Lucifer's, father, right? Yeah, played by Timothy Omenson. I thought it was just, there's Amy Garcia again, yeah, but he did a pretty good job as who we think could be Lucifer's father in the season towards the last quarter of the season. Of course, I also remember seeing him as Cain on Supernatural, and he's had other roles as well. If he did end up being God, I was actually ready to buy into that, because I think he has a good look forward in a way. I like Chuck on Supernatural, but this guy, I think, has a much better sort of presence to play that kind of role, I believe. So yeah, that was good, and the whole asylum thing I thought was worked pretty well for the show and Lucifer himself. And how the story played out was a bit disappointing. I don't know what they're going to do with the God storyline eventually. How much longer can they not show whoever this guy actually is, right? But yeah, the season wasn't, perfect, I guess. I mean, well, maybe the season, as far as the show's usual, I think is, pretty damn on point. Pretty damn entertaining, man. But the show still does have issues. I mean, it still has its sort of case of the week, or crime of the week sort of procedural type style. But I feel like season 2 definitely mixed that kind of thing in better with the show's overarching story and history and themes and such. So they did improve with it, but nonetheless, it still can kind of drag it at some points. Like, I do get really in the mood to watch the show. I'll watch, 1 or 2. But then I'll think, I want to see more of it, but I don't want to really necessarily investigate another murder right now, But it's a part of the show basically every episode. So you kind of got to be in the mood to sort of go through that, that element of it. But I think they still do a fine job of making those entertaining for what they are. And like I said, they do a better job in season 2 of weaving them in and out and how they connect to the main story. So it didn't work out too badly this season. It's not as overwhelming to the show, and I'm hoping they just get better at that. Lauren German, of course, as Chloe. I just think she's a really capable actress. I don't think they could have really picked a better lead to play her. And her and Lucifer's sort of growing bond in the season was so sweet. I really loved it. Every Lucy fan out there is waiting for it. Lucifer to tell her the truth, or them to actually, really show their, connection with each other. It's starting to get a bit frustrating, though. You finally want Lucifer to tell her, them to actually, hook up or something. I feel like they're starting to drag that out a bit going into season 3. But it is what it is. I did like the reveal of, you know, how God basically planted her there in Lucifer's path. Lucifer questioning why, thinking he can't enjoy it anymore because it's all part of something, you know, his father wants. You know, why did God place her there? I don't know. Was it sort of like a way to lead him in some sort of redemption that he may, you know, actually wanted for him originally? You know, sure. Eventually Lucifer does sort of get past in a way. He cares more for the detective, you know, more than ever, really. So all that was pretty good too. I did like it, but I did also hear the cliffhanger that is at the end of season 3. I just heard about it when it was canceled, so it's kind of hard to miss. But yeah, so it's kind of resolved eventually, apparently, but you know, still the process of Chloe not knowing and will they or won't they, it's starting to get a little bit stretched out for me. But nonetheless, they're still great with each other either way. I remember tweeting out about the first episode or two, and Lauren German liking it. Tom Ellis and her have excellent chemistry, and that continues here. And then how the story wrapped up with you know, Lucifer and his mother, the whole Blade and how that was actually about his emotions, you know, his motivation and everything like that. I thought that was actually pieced together pretty well. And the finale I thought was very good. I really liked the soundtrack and everything as well. The songs picked out. Yeah, I really liked it, you know, how it resolved the mother's arc, you know, with kind of a door open to return, but I think it's, you know, maybe left where it is. Of course, then Lucifer wakes up, you know, he's knocked out and he's in the desert and he has his wings back. So, looking forward to seeing where that goes as I watch more of season 3, and I will review season 3 when I finish it. Got a ways to go, but really trying to pull forward. Just still watching Buffy, Angel, and a bunch of other stuff, so, but Lucifer is one of my main focuses. I'm definitely glad to be watching it right now. So yeah, overall, I'm giving Lucifer season 2 solid B right now, around 85%. But I am pretty fond of season 2, so it may grow to 87%, maybe into B+ range, who knows. But yeah, I really did like season 2 of Lucifer, easily the best of the first 2 seasons. And who knows, could still be my favorite overall. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Lucifer season 2. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.